Hey guys, happy Aloha Tuesday. I wanted to make a video here just so that people can kind of get reminded of what exactly went down and how certain things went down and why people felt or feel misled. Because there are a lot of things that were said in media back and forth that don't line up concisely with what the real truth is. So I wanted to point these things out. And mind you, this video is in regards to Aunt Lori specifically. It's not to bash her. It's basically about saying things that don't line up. Okay, so let's get into this. And this is, again, not aimed towards against her. But from this, you can create your own perspective on how to feel about this whole thing, okay? And don't worry, it's not just her, it's everyone that's involved. Most people that are involved in this that aren't 1,000%, 100% truthful. So before you go and try to take sides on anything in this case, please watch this and hear me out. I am gonna go and review back through all of the research that we've done, everything that we've looked into this case, and just point out the main things that are important, okay? So let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't hear from a loved one for 11 days, and I personally talk to her every other day for like 2 hours. I mean, our family is close. What can you think? You know what I mean? Like, what?
So if the family was so close, then let's explain this. Hannah sends a text message, I'm assuming in September. She says, hi, hey, I don't know if you have plans tomorrow, but I'm here until Sunday, assuming that Hannah was visiting from Maui to Oahu till Sunday afternoonish. If you want to get lunch or something, not sure if mom told you. We made plans, but she said she's not feeling well. First of all, if Hannah is visiting and she's very close to the family, as Lori and Sydney has stated, then why was Hannah not staying at mom or Sid's house while she was visiting? I get it. You have friends. Maybe you just want to island hop and stay at your friend's house. Okay. But then Sydney goes on and says, hey, sorry, I'm busy getting last minute stuff for Mad's birthday tomorrow, which is her son. You're coming down in November though, right? And then she goes, no worries. I'll see you on Thanksgiving. That is in September. And then you're not going to see your sister until Thanksgiving. So I get it. They live on two separate islands, but how close are you really? I mean, it's Sydney's son's birthday, so why isn't Auntie Hannah showing up for her nephew's birthday? You know what I mean? If you can't even make time to see each other, and maybe I'm diving this in too much, like it might be just a small, minuscule of time that she's there, but at the same time, how close are you guys really, right? Then you have this News Nation article with Sydney saying, intuitively knowing her and being so close to her my entire life, I just know this is absolutely not like her, Sydney Kobyashi told News Nation. Now you have Aunt Lori's response saying, yeah, I can see that being in a family with such dysfunction takes a toll. Our family has been broken for a very long time. This just brought out the worst in some. And that was a recent reply that she had done on her own TikTok. So why the whole deception to the public in the beginning that your family was so close? Was it so that everyone is heightened in fear and anxiety to look for Hannah? What was the purpose of saying that your family was so close for so long in the beginning, and then now we find out that no, Hannah was actually not close to her family? Okay, so there you have Aunt Lori, obviously in the beginning of this whole thing, stating how close their family was, how tight-knit they were. She talked to Hannah every other day. Obviously, that was in the very beginning. Now, things reveal where the father was estranged from Hannah. Okay, this is another thing that was kind of weird to me. So you guys remember when I reached out to SF and then tried to linked Lori with SF Investigates about where Hannah's whereabouts was in Mexico? Well, here's a text message that Lori sent to Steve Fisher. Hello, Steve. I got your number from a contact I have at Fox News. I'm Hannah Kobayashi's aunt, and it's been made aware to me that you might possibly know where she is in Mexico or have made contact with her. Okay, this is what strung out to me. This is back on, and now looking at my text messages, it was December 6th, okay, because I had messaged her, reach out to Steve, send the text message to me so I can see what you said to him. So she sends it to me December 6th. But she says here that she's planning on traveling to Mexico next week and would appreciate any tips you could give about her whereabouts. Why next week, A? You're already in Palm Springs, California at the time, which is only like a 2-hour or so drive. Why are you waiting to meet up with Hannah? also, right? Like, why are you waiting to meet up with her? Like, if you found out the location, wouldn't you want to go right away? That was really contradictory, like, to this whole thing. I mean, not contradictory, but it was just like really confusing to me right there. And guys, we also have this text message. Remember this. This is Monday, November 11th. As you guys know, this is when Hannah is going to the airport to pick up her bags. This is on the Signal app, which is an encrypted app. It's private, okay? You guys remember this. She has this text message, and we don't know who this text message exchange is with. But looking at how the response is, I'm not going to conclude anything. But when I asked Aunt Lori who sent this to her, she told me this was Aunt Jordan. But could she have just put that on Aunt Jordan? Because Aunt Jordan doesn't really talk to media. So she goes, "Hi, love, just checking this works. Remember, we already established this. Why are you texting on a different app all of a sudden?" And just checking this works, LMK, puts up in my mind, this is a first-time user of this app, seeing if the text message went through. Hannah goes, "Yes." Then she replies with emojis. Who replies with emojis? I have more of a feeling, just the way Aunt Lori is, she sends stuff back with emojis. She goes, "On the way to the airport, I have a safe passage. We'll keep you posted." Then she responds, "Okay, love. Love you, keep me posted." And then Hannah goes Matrix style. And she reassures this person, Matrix style, "I'm safe. Love you. Don't worry, for the good of all." Meaning, hey, I'm safe. Don't make sure nobody worries about me. I'm safe. I'm okay. I will keep you posted. Promise. Call you soon. So this person knew that Hannah was going Matrix style, undercover, off-grid, whatever it is. And then the person responds with a picture of a field, mountains. Now, that photo to me looks like it could be somewhere in California because of the mountain range and how it looks. Could it possibly have been where Lori was in Palm Springs area, Palm Desert area? What do you guys think? Because I know that is not Hawaii, so it's not someone from Hawaii. That is possibly, definitely not New York. we can out that. So who else would she have been telling this to besides Aunt Lori? But what I think happened is that, yeah, okay, Hannah's going off grid, but then it got blown out of proportion because the family started finding out, they started freaking out. Then Aunt Lori didn't hear from Hannah for more days than she's used to and started getting all crazy, blowing this out into media and just creating more hype on it.
Where gonna make good money, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to her a couple times that week, in depth about what she should bring, what she should wear, how was the weather in New York. That she called me up 2 weeks before that, and she's like, "Auntie Ree, I got a press pass." I mean, that had been on her bucket list forever to get a paid, photography gig. She'd been working up to it for the past 5 years. And she had an itinerary that she sent her mom that was like detailed. It had, like whole agendas of where to eat, what museums to go to. She had a hotel room that she paid, a couple $1,000s that stayed empty the whole time.
Okay, so Aunt Lori had sent me the screenshot a while back when this whole thing started. And now that I'm looking back into this, I didn't feel like a reason to share it because it didn't really say anything to me, but now it does. Because it says in here, also, I wanted to ask you if you had any replies for the Brooklyn stays in New York City next week. Always so excited. This is November 2nd, 6 days before Hannah's leaving for New York. If she supposedly had this hotel booked for a while with spending thousands of dollars supposedly, why is she still asking Aunt Lori for Brooklyn stays? Was Aunt Lori helping her plan hotels or where to stay? Because it just doesn't make sense to me right here. If she supposedly spent thousands of dollars on a hotel, any replies for the Brooklyn stays? This is 6 days before she's about to leave. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so there you guys have it. Another misleading conception that Hannah was going to get paid for this gig as told by Aunt Lori. Now, if Aunt Lori was as close with Hannah as she states, and yeah, they are obviously close as we see now, so why did she lie about the gig being paid, as we have already confirmed now, going backtracking when I reached out to the artist, that no, it was a press pass, and obviously he says I told her I could not afford to hire a photographer. So again, why was the public misled in thinking that Hannah's main goal was to go to New York to get this press pass after 5 years of trying to get paid for it. Tell me why.
Terrifying. It's dangerous. There's no reason that Hannah would go there unless she was misled.
The surveillance video, police haven't released it. I'm just thinking all these places she was are the kinds of places there would be a lot of cameras. The subway station, the shopping center, the airport. Has the family been able to look at any of the video? Because, as a family member, you can tell if someone's acting strange or if something is up.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, we don't want to hinder the investigation because it seems like the investigators are really starting to take us seriously now, which we are so grateful for. But what we can tell you is that it made us extremely alarmed to the point where we started sounding the alarm as loud as we could.
What, after seeing the video, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we see here, this is from Bad Britney from her TikTok. Then Laree says here, we never were shown the Metro video. All we know for sure is she is not home. Everyone thought that you saw the Metro video, so which is it, Laree? What are you hiding and what are you not being truthful about? Everything is so confusing, and I think that's why a lot of people are being very misled here, because they don't know what to believe and they don't know what the truth is, because you keep saying things that don't make sense and are not clear.
So we can hand out flyers to keep the support going and to, just give an update to all the people and kind of create the narrative and the truth, and kind of dismay some of the crazy, wild things that are out there and let them see the family.
And Ryan, if you could talk to her.
Okay, so I'm going to end the video because it's just getting too long, but I just wanted to compile all of this for you guys so that way you can see why the public feels like they're being misled, why they feel like they're being lied to, why we can't trust anything that is being said, because there's contradictory things being said consistently, and it is not fair to the public, because this is why we demand an explanation, is because we don't know the truth, and were we ever told the truth from the beginning? So that is why the public is pissed off, and that's why the public is so freaking confused on what's going on. So will we ever know the truth? Who knows? But these are the things that make the public feel the way we have the right to. So if you've watched this whole entire video, thank you so much. It does take a lot of time to go back into the research, back into the data, back into these news pieces to really compile everything together. If you guys have anything else you want to say, leave it in the comments below. Please, nothing crazy or derogatory like I always say, but facts are facts, and people are going to see what media says, and people are going to see what has been stated by the family. So there you have it.